Welcome back to the channel, everyone. Today I am taking you through another lean bulk training session. The focus today is triceps, chest and side delts. Right now the goal is simple: continue building quality muscle while keeping body fat under control. You know, a lean bulk isn't about gaining weight as quickly as possible. It's about creating enough of a calorie surplus to support muscle growth while maintaining good training performance and recovery. So that means progressive overload, consistent nutrition, and showing up every week ready to improve. So let's get into today's workout. We are starting the session with the JM presses on the Smith machine. This exercise is one of my favorites for targeting the triceps while still allowing relatively heavy weights. It's often described as a hybrid between a close grip bench press and a skull crusher. The key here is controlling the descent and letting the elbows travel forward naturally. I want the triceps doing most of the work rather than turning it into a chest press. Because I'm fresh at the start of the workout, this is a great opportunity to move some decent weight and challenge the triceps through a strong mechanical loading stimulus. One thing I like about the Smith machine is the added stability. It allows me to focus really entirely on execution and effort rather than balancing the bar. During a lean bulk, accumulating a quality volume is extremely important. And exercises like this make it easier to push close to failure safely. Next up is the U-bar push down. This is a classic triceps exercise and a staple in many bodybuilding programs for a reason. The push down mainly targets the lateral and medial heads of the triceps while providing constant tension throughout the movement. One common mistake is allowing the shoulders to move excessively. Instead, I try to keep my elbows fixed at my sides and focus on extending through the elbows. The squeeze at the bottom is where I really try to maximize contraction. As you know, triceps make up a significant portion of upper arm size. So if your goal is bigger arms, neglecting triceps work is a mistake. As the sets progress, the burn starts building quickly. That's usually a good sign that the muscle is doing exactly what it's supposed to do. But even if you don't feel the burn, if you feel the burn, it means that the pushing on the maximum. Push downs may look simple. A proper execution makes really a huge difference. So small adjustments in form can completely change how much tension reaches the triceps. So moving on to overhead triceps extensions, this exercise complements the push downs perfectly because it places the triceps into a stretch position. The long head of the triceps, as you know, crosses the shoulder joint. So movements performed overhead are excellent for emphasizing that portion of the muscle. Over the last few years, the importance of loaded stretches for hypertrophy has become a major topic in the fitness industry. Exercises like this allow us to challenge the muscle in lengthened position, which can be very effective for growth according to science. I am focusing on keeping the elbows stable and controlling the negative phase. There's always a temptation to rush through the reps once fatigue sets in, but maintaining technique is what keeps the tension where it belongs. By this point in the workout, the triceps are already carrying a lot of fatigue from Smith machine presses and pushdowns. And that's exactly what I want. The goal isn't to feel fresh, it's to create enough stimulus to force adaptation and growth. And now we are moving into chest work with the incline bench press. Incline press is one of the best exercises for developing the upper chest. So a well-developed upper chest can completely change the look of a physique by creating more fullness and improving overall proportions. I'm focusing on controlling the eccentric, keeping the shoulder blades retracted and driving the weight up. So during a lean bulk, strength progression is one of the biggest indicators that things are moving in the right direction. If body weight is increasing gradually and performance in the gym is improving, that's usually a positive sign. Every rep here is an opportunity to build strength and muscle. One mistake I see with my online coaching clients is setting the bench too steep. A moderate incline usually keeps more tension on the upper chest and less on the front delts. So consistency with basic movements like the incline press delivers better long-term results than the constantly chasing new exercises and changing exercises every week. Next is the vertical chest press machine. After pressing, I like using machines because they allow me to continue pushing intensity while reducing stability demands. Machines are excellent, in my opinion, for accumulating hypertrophy focus volume. Focus purely on contracting the chest and driving blood into the target muscle. So the chest is already pre-fatigued from the incline press, which means I don't need extremely heavy loads to make these sets effective. Control tempo and full range of motion are priorities here, not to get injured. One thing many people underestimate is the importance of consistency over time. Muscle growth isn't usually the result of one incredible workout. It's the result of hundreds of productive sessions stacked together over months and years. So, like every workout is another brick added to the foundation. Moving on to cable flies. This exercise gives the chest something different compared to pressing movements. Instead of focusing primarily on moving heavy loads, now the emphasis shifts toward stretching and contracting the pecs through a full range of motion. The cables provide tension throughout the movement, which helps maintain muscle engagement from start to finish. I try to think about bringing my upper arms together rather than simply moving the handles. I'm imagining like I'm trying to hug a very big woman, you know? So the squeeze at the peak contraction is where I really focus on connecting with the pecs. When chest training is programmed correctly, combining presses with fly variations creates a balanced stimulus for growth. You hit the muscle from different angles. By this point, the chest is really fully pumped and working hard. So that's exactly what we are aiming for. Now it's time for side delts, starting with the dumbbell lateral raises. If your goal is to build wider shoulders and creating more a V-taper appearance, side delts needs to be exercised as many times as possible, preferably. If someone has trouble growing their side delts, I usually look at the training frequency and exercise execution before I would increase volume. I focus on controlling the weight and keeping tension on the delts rather than swinging the dumbbells. And also, one cue is when you're lifting up the dumbbell, try to lift your pinkies. So pinkies are going first up. Momentum can make the exercise easier, of course, but it also reduces the work performed by delts. The side delts respond very well to a high volume because it's small muscle group. This is what I think. I would never do the side delts with heavy weights. Progress often comes from accumulating quality repetitions over time. So this set should produce a serious burn if you go to the failure. So now moving on to incline bench, lateral raises. Using incline bench would change the resistance profile slightly and helps reduce momentum. I saw this exercise performed in a movie called Pumping Iron with Arnold Schwarzenegger. Training one side at a time also allows me to focus on some symmetry and make sure both shoulders are receiving the same or equal attention. This variation provides a great stretch at the bottom and keeps tension on the delt throughout the movement. Of course, you won't be able to lift heavy weights, but at the end of the workout, exercises like these are perfect for chasing a final pump and ensuring every muscle fiber has been used and challenged. The shoulders are definitely feeling it by this stage, but that's the goal. That wraps up today's lean bulk push workout. Triceps, chest, and side delts all trained hard, plenty of quality volume, and another step forward toward building more muscle. If you are currently lean bulking, let me know in the comments what your biggest challenge is: eating enough food, recovery, training intensity, or staying consistent. If you enjoyed the video, make sure to like, subscribe, and follow the journey as we continue building size and strength while staying lean. If you are looking for personalized training and nutrition coaching to build muscle, lose fat, or improve your physique, my coaching details are in the description. I help busy adults build a muscular, lean physique through evidence-based training and nutrition without extreme diets or unnecessary cardio. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next workout.